Good morning to all. Welcome back to my channel. Now we're going to solve the programming in Python. Assessment 12, week 12, which last date is 30 April 2025. This is January-April 2025 sessions, and we will try to solve these questions. Okay. So this is CEC programming in Python. Now let's start to solve the question. This is assignment 5, assignment 12. And you can see 10 questions are there. Now try to solve this question. The first question is, which block is used to define code that must run whether an expression occurs or not? That is option number C. Option number C, that is called finally. Why you use finally? Because in Python, expression handles use the following blocks, that is try, except, else, finally. So in try contains code that might raise an expressions. In expect handle specific expressions. Else execute if no expression occurs in the try block. And finally executes regardless of whether an expression occurs or not. That is cleanup operations like closing a file. So if you choose option, the try option, it defines the block to monitor expressions but does not ensure run regardless. If you choose the option B, that is except, it handle expressions only if an expression occurs. But if you choose finally, which is the correct option, the finally blocks always execute whether an expression occurs or not. The last option is also an incorrect option because execute only if no expressions occur. So the option C is called the correct option. Moving to the question number 2, what type of expression is raised when trying to access an undefined variables? That is called name error. That is called name error. So what is option A in type error? That is called raised when an operation is performed on an incompatible, that is adding a string and an integer. If you choose option number C, that is index error. Index error raised when an accessing an invalid index in a list, that is list 10, when the list has fewer than 11 elements. The last option, that is called syntax error, means raised when there is a syntax mistake in the code, that is missing colon, etc. But the correct option is option number B, that is called the name error. It raised when trying to access a variable that has not been defined, that is print x when x is not defined. That is called name error. Now moving to the question number 3. Question number 3 is, what will be the output of the following code? Output will be, it is called invalid number. 3, option A is called invalid number. You can see the code tries to convert the string, that is abc, to an integer using int abc. Using int abc. Okay. So since abc is not a valid integer, a value error is raised. The expect value error block catches the expressions and executes prints, that is invalid number. So option A is the correct options. What about the other option, that is option B, C and D? They are the incorrect option because the second option ABC, the string ABC is not printed. If you choose the option number C, type error, the expression is a value error, not a type error. If you choose option of number D, that is called no output, the expect block products output. So the correct option is option number A. Now go to the question number 4. Question number 4, which expression is raised when you are trying to open a non-existent file? That is file not found error. Simple. File not found error. Okay. In Python 3, version 3, attempting to open a non-existent file with open, that is open, if you give the command open non-existent.txt or raise, what will raise? File not found. It will do the error. File not found is the correct options. If you choose option number B, that is IO error, input output error, in Python 2 it was IO related errors. but in Python 3, file not found error is a specific subclass of OS error, which is replaced IO error. If you choose option import error, it raised when a module cannot be imported. If you choose name error, it raised for undefined variable. So the correct option is file not found. Moving to the question number 5. Which of the following is not a valid expressions handling the block in the Python? Not a valid expressions. That is called option number D, try catch. Option number D, try and catch. And let's analyze these things. Python expressions handling syntax including try, execute, else, and finally blocks. In try and execute, valid basic expression handling. Option number A. If you choose option number B, try, execute, finally valid, finally executes regardless of expressions. If you choose option C, try, execute, else finally valid, that is else executes if no execution occurs. But the option number D, that is called invalid option. Python uses except, not catch, which is used to language like Java or JavaScript. Now, moving to the question number 6. Moving to the question number 6. Which expression is raised when trying to access a key that doesn't exist in a dictionary? That is called option number A, that is key error. Clear? Option number A, that is called an key error. So, key error raised when trying to access non-existent key in a dictionary. That is, you can take an example. Suppose D, A is to 1, print D inside B. So if you choose another option, option number B, index error, it raised a invalid list indices. If you choose option C, it is a value error, it raised for invalid values. Okay, that is you can take an example of int ABC in the comma, inverted comma. If you choose option D, name error, raised for undefined variables. So the correct option is option A, key error. Now moving to the question number 7. What will be the output of the following code? Option number cannot divided by 0. Okay, any number that cannot be divided by 0. So the code attempts to divide. Here what is mentioned, 10 by 0, which raise a 0 division error. The expected 0 division error block catches this expression and execute print cannot divided by 0. Clear? Cannot divided by 0, which is option B. If you choose option A, 0 division error is incorrect. The expression is cut, not printed. If you choose 10, incorrect, the division fails. If you choose syntax error, incorrect, the code is syntactically correct, but division by 0 or cannot divided by 0 is the correct option. Okay. Option number B. Now moving to the question number 8. Which of the following is not a correct way to handle multiple expressions? Not a correct way. Correct way, that is except type error or value error. 8. Option B. 8. Option B. It's not the correct way. So how we can define that is it's not the correct way? Because the correct syntax uses parenthesis, except type error, except, then go left parenthesis start, type error, comma, type value error, then right parenthesis, using or is invalid. Now moving to the question number 9. Which keyword is used to manually trigger in an expression in Python? Manually trigger, that is raise, R-A-I-S-E, raised. Okay, raised. The raise keyword is used to manually raise the expressions. That is raise value error. In the parenthesis, it can be messaged as invalid input. Clear? Now, so 9 option A will be the appropriate answer. Now moving to the question number 10. What will happen if an expression is raised in a try block and there is no corresponding execute block? That is called the program will terminate with an error message. The program will terminate and with an error message. Clear? So if an expression occurs in the try block and is not caught by the expect block, the finally block will still execute. Clear? As it is always does. After the finally block executes, the uncaught expression will propagate up, causing the program to terminate with an error message. Clear? So the option A is correct. What about the other options? If you choose other option B, that is expression will be ignored. This is an incorrect statement because uncaught expression are not ignored. If you look option number C, the finally block will execute and suppress the error. Also incorrect because finally does not suppress the error. It only ensure cleanup code runs. If you choose the last option, that is the program will continue running as usual, also incorrect because the uncaught expressions causes the terminations. So the appropriate option is option number A. Now guys, I am going to submit the answer. Please wait, the assignment is submitted. Clear? Thank you for taking the detailed assignment. The answer is successfully submitted. Okay, once we will try to verify our answer. Question number 1 option C, question number 2 option B, question number 3 option A, question number 4 option A, question number 5 option D, question number 6 option A, question number 7 option B, question number 8 option B, question number 9 option A, and question number 10 option A also. Clear? So successfully we attempted guys all the questions week 1 to week 12, assignment 12 of January 2025. Hope we will enjoy and you have a clear understanding about this. If still you have any doubts, you can put your queries, your questions inside our YouTube comment box. I'll try my best to give the answer of your questions. Okay, till then take care of yourselves and all the best for your examinations. Thank you.